Hey dear Virgos, my name is Marina. Welcome to my channel. This year I'm doing something new. I'm doing a tarot spread for each individual star sign for the upcoming year of 2024. And today is your turn. Feedback would be great, however, only if you feel like it. And without further ado, let's see what the year holds for you. I'm going to do beginning, middle, and the end, and a little advice of how to get the most juices out and get the most benefits from this upcoming year for you and those who around you. Okay, let's start. So beginning of the year, you start the year on a bit of a sad mode, if I must say. It's a card of cruelty. It's a card of, I'm not saying you cruel to somebody, but maybe somebody was a bit unkind to you. Maybe it might not even the person that been unkind to you, although it's possible. It could be the circumstances have been a little bit unkind to you. But it's basically feeling that discomfort, feeling that pain, feeling uncomfortable. So you enter in the year with that feeling. So something that's been happening in 2023, you taking it with you. As I said, it could be a person that been unkind to you persistently. It could be circumstances that could be unkind to you persistently. It could be altogether circumstances and the person has been unkind to you persistently. Whatever it is, it's persistent pain from some sort of experience that you're taking from 2023 into 2024. Money wise, again, you enter in the year starts with you working, budgeting. I do feel that whatever the experience was that caused you discomfort and pain does affect your money. It seems to taken out of you financially, literally no other way, financially. So budget will be definitely in the middle of your attention for this 2024, in the beginning of the year anyway. This is a lovely card for you. I really like to see this for you, Virgus, because of what you've been through. It has been a hard period for you in 2023, especially at the end of it. I would even say summer towards the end of the 2023 were very discomfortable, uncomfortable for you, very um, sad, painful, whatever you call it, but it got all the I suppose it's a negative emotions, but they really good emotions to teach us of what to do or not to do or whatever. Where it's an indicator that we're not in the right place. So what I love about this, although you start in the year 2024 with something that really hurt and obviously spilled into 2024, you got this card to turn things around, flip a coin, and that's you being passionate. It's you taking matters to your hand and you spring up. So if it's a person that been unkind to you, you would say no more, and you will turn your back on it. If it's a circumstance that's been unkind to you, you'll be quite passionate to change it. You will be looking for solutions and you will be hands-on trying to improve that situation. So really, I'm really happy to see that. So for you, Virgus, again, beginning of the year, a sad feeling, feeling of pain through the experience. Something has hurt you in previous year. I would say start from um, summer to the end of the year, approximately. As I said, it's not individual for you or each one Virgo, but it is for the Virgos. All of you will be feeling something like that. So you'll be taking that pain into 2024. It will, that incident, or not incident, it's a circumstance. It's a time where you felt like this. That time or events that took place around that time has left you with budgeting, has left you with feeling that you need to look at your finances. You need to make sure if any money goes out, it's an investment, it comes back to you. Okay, and then you take the matters to your hands and you're ready, you're really itching to go. You're quite fiery about it, you're quite passionate about it. So it's really cool to balance that out with this. I'm really happy to see that. That means you're going to not being pessimistic about everything, but you're actually going to be optimistic about things, of getting things right, and a thumbs up for that. As we're going on into the middle of the year, again, money is, as I said, is spilling in. Money is really, you could see things are happening as you're doing it. You could start seeing results as you're getting along. You know, you're actually working quite hard. Or but no, I shouldn't really say hard. It doesn't have to be hard. Maybe you just persistently and consistently progressing, and you will see a result as you go along, which is really, really good. And then you have two major arcanas in the middle of the year, which is quite special, to be fair. So it's to do with balance. Make sure you keep your balance. So work and play balance, emotions balance. You know, don't go too much of one, not enough of the other, you know. And it's not just work, it's emotional and of course physical balance as well. So make sure you keep that balance. Usually you Virgos are brilliant at it. The only times where you're not is when you store things in and you're not letting out. So you know, energy has to come out, so please don't feel you burden anyone. Energy should come out. But also see how work-wise you work incredibly hard, and that's where the disbalance can come in as well. So make sure your work and play, you know, your work-life balance is good, and make sure your emotional balance is good. Try to be more optimistic. If you can't, don't store things, you know, share them, let the energy go. And if you feel quite a lot of perhaps negative energy comes out, if that's the case, I'm not saying you're going to do it, but if that's the case, just be aware of it and balance it out. Make sure you take yourself out somewhere where you can share positive feelings. You know, if your health, you know, if you feel that you're stuck somewhere, your health is not necessary, you know, your health could be improved, make sure you take yourself to nature or sport, you know, gym or whatever. Just balance everything out in the middle of the year, and keep your focus on your goal. It will happen. You know, just make sure you align what you want and take the step towards it. It's all to do with your money, finances. So make sure you align yourself with that. Don't do anything opposite. Don't go on the impulse spree, because obviously that will contradict your well-being financially as well. So just a sort of a little opener. Just make sure you balance things out. And the other major arcana card is Chariot, and that means that you will be in this situation where something has to give. You cannot continue. You must make some sort of decision. You can't maneuver anywhere. So if you are doing something work-wise not quite right, that, you know, with that what brings you money, you'll have to consider, be brave and change. If you live it in a place where you can't seem to be productive, or, you know, um, I mean, I know somebody who's also a Virgo, they have a place somewhere, however, it's not bringing them income as he wanted to, so maybe that should be changed. Um, whatever that whatever the decision you have to make, you can't maneuver from it. If that's really the main message here, you will have to make the decision, and you will be aware the reason you don't want to make this a particular decision is because you worry about losing the security, because it's very important for you, or, you know, in case it doesn't work out well. You will never change things unless you be brave and change them. And even if it's not paying off straight away, it will pay off later. You have to take a risk. Even if you failed, and I'm not calling this a failure, but people like to call it failure, so if that's more understandable in your language, that's what I will use. Even if you feel you failed, you will take this knowledge and arm yourself with it, so you're much more experienced next time, and you will not do the same thing. You will know how to maneuver. Also, there will be, I mean, I call it setback and I call it lessons. If you call it failure, that's fine, but you might, you know, you might take the same approach as I do. Use it as a stepping stone as well. In order to be a lawyer, you have to go to school and do the grades. You have to go to uni and do the exams. It's a ladder. It's a stepping stone. So see this as such as well. If you might lose a top position at your job and you have to start again, but if it's in a perfectly ideal place for you, if it's actually gets you where you want to be eventually, then it's a right and ideal place to be. Even if you start from the bottom, it doesn't matter, because it will eventually take you there. So middle of the year, concentrating and actually doing it, not just pre-planning. You will be actively building your finances. You will be actively looking for it. You'll be actively doing everything possibly you can to build up your finances and your position of whatever brings money and, you know, your income. Word of advice: balance emotional, physical, mental, work, life, everything. Balance things out. Do not store anything. You know, make sure you share things. Make sure you share positivity as well as negative emotions, because they have to be shared as well. And be brave. Be brave. You might have to, you know, see it not as a failure but as a step back. But it's not up to me to teach you how to suck eggs. You do you. You've got full right. It's your story, but it's just an advice that tarot gives you, and it's up to you what you do with it. Okay, so middle of the year is quite productive, very hands-on, very moving forward, balance, and, you know, and then of course you will feel that you might have to make a move. Maybe something that you started not going how you wanted it, maybe you will have to rearrange it, but you'll be fine. Absolutely. Ending of the year, it's a very interesting change of energies in tarot for you, Virgos, in the end of the year. It's more going to be a quiet and solitude time for you. It's reviewing everything you have. So in the end of the year, towards the end of the year, you will be, after this busy middle of the year, you will be reviewing what you have done, where you are, and you're going to be like, I suppose, going into your cocoon, you know, because you have another major arcana. You've got quite a lot of major arcana cards. That's a hermit for you and a hanging man. So basically the end of the year for you is implying that you going to be revaluing, rethinking. You're going to have time to yourself. You're going to be alone for a while. You know, you shut the doors to the world and you go within yourself to rethink, revalue, digest what had happened, you know, digest the lessons, make them into a very valid information for future. Heal, you know, if you don't gonna, you know, keep your balance, it might be a very good call to time out just to heal and recharge. But it's all about recharging, restoring yourself, revaluation, rethink, a very important time, and just hang on there. I think at the end of the year you will know that you are on the right path. You are doing what you should be doing, and you know that you're hanging on there, but you know you're on the right path. I think you have a little bit of that faith and trust at the end of the year that what you've done is fine, and no matter how because obviously you'll take the time to revalue things and you will be within yourself. Don't stay in that state for too long. You know, I wouldn't advise you to shut yourself from a world for too long. However, obviously you must, in order to be with yourself alone for a particular time, just to put everything in the rightful place. And yes, the card of a hanging man there, basically saying, hang on, you've done everything right. Behind the closed doors there's a lot going on, so things are manifesting. There's always this quiet time before something actually boom and it's there, you know, it's actually manifested. So that's what you will be experiencing towards the end of the year, Virgos. And the message, let's see how you can get the most juices and what's this year is all about. So the message will be all, I think the main sort of focus of this year will be money, will be finances. Please, please look after yourself and balance. Be more intuitive. Listen to your body, listen to your mind, listen to yourself. You must support yourself in all aspects, physical, mental, emotional, because it's easy for us to deafen this quiet voice. But if we don't look after our body, you know, after our vehicles, after what, you know, our little bottles boxes that contains our souls, we can't experience, you know. So if you want to be free and experience, you have to look after this box, you know. You have to look after your body, and of course everything physical is a result of everything emotional and mental. So please look after yourself on all levels. And be open to opportunities, be brave, you know. You will see things coming up. As I said to you before, you will be a bit worrying about, you know, changing something good onto something in your view maybe not so good, but you must look into it. You must be open to new opportunities. Don't just cut off. I mean, obviously, don't just jump regardless and, you know, absolutely sensibly, sensibly senseless into something. Make sure you do review, you do think, but don't overthink. If it feels right deep down, go for it and build that up. You know, make it your project. So be open to opportunities. That's another message for you. Let's do a quick rerun, Virgo. So start the year with heavy heart that something's been happening in 2023 is sort of leaking through. And that's something that's happened, had affected your finances. But what a lovely turnaround. You're taking it all around, you're taking a charge, you're very passionate about taking things into your hands, you're very passionate about changing all of this. You're moving on to the middle of the year, hands on your work, hands on your project, really like giving you 100% and more. Watch your health, watch your balance. I'm not saying your health is a result, as I said, of all of our states. So balance out. Work and life has to be balanced. Emotional, do not store too much negative, do not share too much negative. Make sure you share and store equally, and of positive and negative things. Do not store negative, do not store positive. Everything has to go around. Embrace all the feelings and share them. Do not store. So and on the same note, you know, you don't want to be concentrating. Obviously go through the emotions properly. Do not you know, dismiss them, but be aware when to let go. Okay, that's a very important thing. And then of course having to make a decision, having to feel that you've got no place to maneuver. So this sort of fiery energy and stable energy will slowly slow down towards the end of the year, because you will have to revalue and rethink what you've done so far. It might work, it might not work. And I don't want to say that it might not work, just scrap that, because what you may see at the end of the year is how it can be improved. You know, that's probably more to the point of what I would like to say. So you probably will, you will do so much in the middle of the year. There will be time that you slowing down towards the end of the year, and you will be thinking, revaluing, reviewing. There'll be a brilliant time to go it within yourself, but don't stay there too long. Take that time, shut the world. Don't listen to anyone else's opinion. Listen to yourself. Take that time for you. Revalue, rethink, learn, do new strategy, recharge, restore, and then you can come out without any rush. It's going to be very slow end to the year. You're going to be just hanging there, and you're going to be allowing, you know, you need to allow, you will be allowing the universe to bring whatever on the table that you manifested. You're going to put so much effort into it. So the whole year will be all about revaluation, what you like, and money playing a big part there. And you're going to be doing everything you possibly can for it. Just watch for the balance. End of the year conclude in a quiet note. And the message is concentration on finances. Make sure you look after your emotional, physical, and mental health. And be open to opportunities. Be that little bit braver. Open up, at least take it in. Do not overthink opportunities, because you'll say no straight away. Allow the opportunities come in and allow to view them. And there you are, dear Virgos. That's your year. Make the best of it. Look after yourself. Take care. See you later.